Alright, hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday so far. I decided to take my chances at the vinyl record sale that had 30,000 records, now down to around 20,000. Still way too many records to look at, all kinds of things. There was lots of stuff that you see all the time where you're like, oh, should I buy this, should I not, you know? But $1 a record is actually really pretty good when Goodwill is $4 and the Goodwill bins is $1.29, and then I got a couple of thrift stores that I go to all the time that have records even below that, you know, $1 to whatever, but they're the same records day in and day out. So let's see what I got here. We'll start off with this one here, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Jump on It. I'm going to try to get it all on camera here, it's really hard to see. This was property of the Black Angus, which used to be a local steakhouse. This is dated 1996 for this particular record. I just grabbed that for $1 because I just didn't have any kind of agenda. Just grab whatever looked interesting to me at the time, so there's that one there. There's that one. First record out of 10, $1 piece. My friend told me to get the Lagarde Twins, Tom and Ted. I think they're country music, but not 100% sure. Ballads of the Bushlands, including Australia's Waltzing Matilda. And it's autographed by one or both of them. You just never know who autographed it. If one guy, To Marry, Our Love, Ted, and then there's some other. So I don't know if they both signed it or what happened there, but all the signatures look very similar, so who knows, we'll see. A lot of groups like to do that, just sign one or two people, or one person signs for two. Then the weirdest record I grabbed was, they were almost all in plastic sleeves. If you didn't have one with a plastic sleeve, you just pulled one off another record. This one says Music for Sleepwalkers Only by Murray McEachern on Key Records, but it wasn't in there. It's radio spots on drug abuse. And there's the back of it from 1956, Key Records, Hollywood, California. Really bizarre. But these radio spots or whatever were in these really gross sleeves, which need to be replaced pronto. But the condition of these were like they were played only a few times. I got the record number 1 of 6 and number 6 of 6 or something like that. So that's crazy. Some things you always wanted to know about drug abuse, a star, but didn't know who to ask. And these are published by the, Department of Defense, and I could only find one listing for these, one Google thing that mentioned these. So these are super rare, and I might do a video for these, record these and put them on YouTube, because I couldn't find anything there either. I picked up the Kgon Album number 2. This is a local radio station that's been around since, I don't know, 69 or something like that. Kgon is a rock station, classic rock station, one of those. This has, maybe back then they weren't quite classic rock. It has The Storm, the sequel, Atio, Choir Boys, Bonnie Lee Project, Side 2 as well, Dogs, Map of France, Mr. Nice Guy, and Snake Eyes. Very 80s looking cover with the TVs and all that kind of stuff. They're very cool. Oregon radio station, and I've only heard of maybe The Storm and the Choir Boys. So there's that one. And usually those are in very bad condition. The Viceroys is in terrible condition at Granny's Pad. We just had a laugh of that. And my friend almost grabbed it. He said, no, this is just too junky for me. He's got a nice turntable and doesn't want to wreck it. So to make a long story short, I grabbed it and he told me not to. He said, Henry, don't, please, don't, for the love of all that's sane or sacred, do not buy that. But I bought it anyway. Jose owned it, or somebody liked Jose. I have no idea. But in very bad condition, they're Viceroys. You don't usually see LPs by them. You see them on 45 all the time, and it's, you know, it would be a $15 album if it wasn't ruined. This one here isn't particularly in great condition, but I can clean it up a little bit. Grazing, The Friends of Distinction on Victor. I like this one. This is from either 68, 69, 70, 71, that kind of time period there. Dynagroove, I don't know if this is original or a reissue, what it is, but anyway, I decided might as well grab it. It doesn't cost much for $1. Then I got Wynton Marsalis in the plastic. It's not sealed. Black Coats from the Underground from multi-Grammy award-winning Wynton Marsalis. I believe Wynton Marsalis was on Mr. Rogers, if I'm not mistaken. Delphio's Dilemma, Aural Oasis, and Chambers of Teen. So interesting there. And there's Mr. Marsalis back there. I'm trying to avoid the glare here. One of the biggest blind buys was this Dirk Bogarde, and it turns out he is a Hollywood celebrity, or I mean, I guess Hollywood celebrity, a British celebrity. I saw some sort of article saying he should have been a bigger star. I'm not really sure. With the Eric Rodgers Orchestra, Lyrics for Lovers. It's one of those glossy sleeves that you usually see from the UK. This is mono on Decca, and it is from Barker's of Albion Place in Leeds. I guess that's what it is. They had televisions, pianos, radio, music, records, and etc. there, so that's kind of cool. Again, $1 for that one. We've got Louie's Love Songs by Lou Carter. Don't know who Lou Carter is. I just thought that was kind of cool looking. He looks like he could really be a cabbie in real life. That's just kind of a cool cab picture there, just leaning on that car there with the cap and everything. Kind of neat. Golden Crest Records there. Again, it's probably some sort of crooning type of music from the early 50s. Not really any idea. In real life, his name is Lou Carter, but every songwriter becomes a character when he writes the song. Lou Carter became a character named Louie. And Louie, the songwriter, sounds like every friend, neighbor, and relative you ever thought up a tune and expected to be filthy rich on royalties from the following Thursday. It says Louie wrote all the words to all the songs and closed herewith. Wrote the music. He also plays the piano. Furthermore, he vocalizes, absolutely loaded with talent. That's Louie. Tin Pan Alley, blah blah blah, 1941, let's see, anyway, it's on Golden Crest Records, so I don't know a whole lot about it. This one says, stop playing this record, be certain your needle is good. So okay, that's great. And we have what looks like one more record here. We're almost done here, and this is Freddy Henry, and I just picked this up promotional, not for sale. I figured it was circa 1979 or 80. It's Freddy Henry, Get It Out in the Open, and it's some sort of jazz done by produced and arranged by Al Cooper. I should have got the Fee Waybill record. It was still there when I came back, and my friend said, you know, he's probably not very good solo artist, and I said, you know what, that sells me. I'm not going to buy it. So I just wanted this one because of the last name. That's kind of cool. Promotional copy, not for sale, in gold. I always really loved finding those back in the day. Not when I was a kid, but, well, sort of. Just didn't realize how many of those are out there. Just billions of those things. Every radio station got one, and everybody took one home by 10. You know, sometimes they got 10 and 15 copies to play. I'm not really sure. But anyway, that is that. That should be 10 records there. If I missed one, I'm sorry. It was a really fun time there. Went to the bins afterwards and saw more of the same. Didn't buy anything there. And met up with lots of people I haven't seen in a long time. We just had a good laugh about this massive records. Hope you enjoyed that, and promote you to find some other of your own silly records to take home and give a chance, give Dollar Records a chance, and thank you for watching.
Deputy Director of the Narcotic Addiction and Drug Abuse in the National Institute of Mental Health answers a teenager.
What is drug dependence?
Drug dependence is a state of psychological or physical dependence, or both, which results from chronic, periodic, or continuous use. Many kinds of drug dependence exist. They all have specific problems associated with them. Not everyone who uses a mind-altering chemical becomes dependent upon it. Alcohol is one common example of this point. Although there are more than 5 million alcoholics and thousands of annual highway deaths are related to alcohol, the majority of persons who drink do not harm themselves or those around them.
For more answers to your questions about drug abuse, listen to this station and write to Drug Abuse Information, Box 1701, Washington, D.C. 20015.